So the sum function is pretty straightforward, but let's move on to the SUMIF function. This is going to allow us to give criteria to what we want to sum up. The first thing I'm going to do is add day, month, and year helper columns, and you'll see why these are very important in a minute. So I've set up our helper columns. We have the day function, the text function to format A2 as a month, and then the year function. Let's select these and then autofill them down. Control down to check that all of the information got filled out correctly, and we're good. So the first example of SUMIF is to calculate the sum of views on YouTube. Now, as you know, we have YouTube and Facebook data within our data set, so we're going to use SUMIF to only select the YouTube data. So let's look at the arguments here for SUMIF. We have the range, criteria, and then the sum range. The first range that we're going to select is not the column that we want to add up. It's the range in which we want to search for the criteria that we have for our function. So let's select column F, press comma, and then I'm going to type YouTube. The last argument is the sum range, where I select the views that I want to actually total up. So column B, press enter, and I've just summed up all the views on YouTube. Now let's sum up the views on Facebook just to see how it compares. So I'm going to select column F again. Now I'm going to type Facebook in quotes, then the sum range, enter. So you can see this is much smaller. And because we only have 2 dimensions in our platform column, these 2 should add up to the total of all of the sums in our workbook. So 96,700,000. Let's select the entire column of B, and we get the same result. So we know that our SUMIF functions are working properly because the YouTube views plus the Facebook views are adding up to the same number. So SUMIF is a pretty straightforward function. You can add one criteria and then sum up everything that fits that criteria. Let's try one more where we sum up the views that happened on January 6th, 2017. So the range is A, then in quotes, 2017, and then I'm going to select column B. So these are the views that happened on January 6th of 2017. So we can drill in pretty narrow as far as dates. Let's check this answer by filtering our data. So I'm going to go into 2017, January 6th. Add these up, look all the way down in the bottom right, and we get the same answer. So our SUMIF function is working properly.